Good afternoon. My name is John, and today we're going to discuss reflective equilibrium, um, as discussed in Sanders' book on justice, chapter 1. I hope you don't mind, but I am changing up the Marcus Luttrell scenario um, simply because my viewpoint's going to be very biased and opinionated. Most of you have no idea what my hat says or means, but I I am Special Forces. I was in Afghanistan and Iraq. Um, I served in and around a bunch of great men, and I will never judge what they did in wartime, and I will never say whether I believe what they did was right or wrong. However, I will discuss the trolley case, and I've come up with my own uh, scenario as well, opposite of the goat herder case. So first, we'll discuss what reflective equilibrium is, and that's when you come to a moral conflict on if you change a scenario slightly, the outcome or what you're required to do slightly in the scenario, it changes how you view the scenario as a moral right or wrong. Such as in the trolley case. Um, in the trolley case, we are talking about how it would be difficult for people to push the heavyset man off of the bridge to stop the trolley and save the five men. But it'd be easy for them to just flip a switch. And the reason for that is, in my opinion, is people like to distance themselves from hard decisions or feeling like they are responsible for anything. So by them flipping a switch, they feel like they're not the ones doing it. It's not their burden or something they'll have to live with. But if they had to actively shove that guy off, then it's something they would struggle with. For me, I hate to say it, but I would push the guy off the bridge if I knew it would save the five. I mean, it's just how I was trained, I guess. I don't know, brought up. Uh, it's always for the greater good. Uh, Now, the scenario I've come up with hits a little closer to home with me because my wife is pregnant, and so I came up with my own reflective equilibrium. And that is, hypothetically speaking, if a child was born and the doctor said that they are developing a new type of disease, and if we don't kill this child, that disease is going to decimate the population of all children 1 year or younger. So, like a new smallpox, something like that, only for little children. And my question is, would you be willing to kill that one child to save many children? Um, and a lot of us would agree that yes, I mean, if it wasn't us that actually had to kill that child, then yes, we would have to kill that child for the greater good of humanity. Uh, but where I threw in the reflective equilibrium part is okay, well, now that child is yours. And like I said, this one I was able to focus in more on because my wife is pregnant with our firstborn, and or will be our firstborn. And if that was my child that was going to bring apart, this destruction and death to many children, would I be able to sacrifice my own child for all the rest of them? And that really makes it harder. I mean, any parent of any kind can tell you how attached they are to their child well before that child is even born. Um, so that's where I came into it as. So being able to decide that, I think, is very difficult. I think it's even more difficult to judge somebody who has had to make a decision along those lines, which was for the greater good of humanity, uh, simply because without the raw emotion and without being in the situation, you have no idea what they had to go through or what they're still going through. Um, I hope I was actually able to cover quite a bit of what you asked me to cover, and I look forward to hearing your reviews, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you and have a great day.